Hey everyone, it's Mike. During this video, I'm going to answer a very commonly asked question, and shout out to Notorious Noid who asked the question in a very well said manner. He says, "Hey man, what are your cycling strategies with long-term nootropic usage? Example, over the span of a year, do you take a couple months off at the end of the year, or do you not really bother with it? Thanks, Noid." Great question. I would say it depends on what I'm taking. I do travel at least a few times each year, and I use that those days out of the country or out of town to be the time for like resetting my tolerance. Although, so to speak, I would say pretty much year round I'm always almost on something, you can say. The ones most important to cycle are the nootropics, which can help you with your focus, so specifically like the racetams or like Noopept. But otherwise, when it comes to like adaptogens, like herbs, like bacopa and rhodiola and ashwagandha and these things, I would say that you don't really need to. You can cycle off them. It's not like it's going to make it more effective. As a matter of fact, most of them, just put onyx down. Most of the herbs out there do show that they start working more effectively once you have them for a longer time. Like for ashwagandha, for example, ashwagandha is very often used to lower cortisol levels, but it's like the longer you use ashwagandha, consecutive days, the more effective it is for reducing your cortisol. So when it comes to like man-made things, you can say like the racetams or obviously like prescription drugs, then it's a very good idea to be conscious of how often you're taking it, how often you're cycling on it and off of it. Caffeine itself, that is something that is pretty much proven to be more effective after you take some time off of it, just to like reset your tolerance. But overall, I think it's kind of like you can say even overrated to take time off nootropics. If you were to specify which one and the importance of it that way, then I could maybe give it a more accurate answer, but it just depends so much from nootropic to nootropic. Noopept, for example, is one of the nootropics that in essence, the way it works on some of your receptors is such that you can build a tolerance to it very quickly. And for that reason, Noopept is an example of a nootropic which is a good idea to cycle something like 4 weeks on or 1 week off. Or alternatively, something like weekdays on and weekends off. But otherwise, I wouldn't just, don't think about it too much. Providing that you're taking nootropics which aren't too strong and their side effects aren't too strong, then you should be okay. I hope you guys found that helpful. And to answer your question, again, there's nothing that which I'm taking 365 days a year, just because of the fact that I'm always going to run out of nootropics. Like there's times, for instance, where I've run out of lion's mane, then I need to order it. So there's 3 weeks of not taking it, but it's not necessarily in a structured way, because it'll be such that it'll depend on my projects. It'll depend on what sort of work I'm involved with. It'll depend on how much time on and time off I have during any given course of like the month, you can say, or the year. Again, if you guys have any more questions, just comment. I love the questions, and I'll look forward to seeing you all next time.